Welcome to the Panhandle Culinary Theater for our 2 o'clock session, which will feature some high school culinary students from South San Antonio High School. My name is Russell Woodward. I'm with the Texas Beef Council, the Beef Loving Texans group, and it's our pleasure to help with this session this afternoon. I'm going to introduce and be interacting with our culinary students here today a little bit, but primarily just going to get out of their way and let them do their thing. They're going to be making some dish for us this afternoon and talking a little bit about their experience this year as culinary students under the tutelage of Chef Tim Kelly, who's here on the front row. So we're going to pick on him a little bit this afternoon as well, maybe tell some stories on him, but hopefully kind of engage with you a little bit and help showcase the talent of some of our high school students and our future workforce in the food service industry. And that's one of the things that I get the privilege of doing every year, being on the Texas Restaurant Association Education Foundation Board. Say that 3 times fast. And helping with them in our endeavor to reach out and provide our culinary instructors and students with curriculum and materials that they can use in the classroom to help enhance their education experience and prepare them for real-world opportunities in the food service and hospitality industry. So that's what we get to do, and I have the privilege of serving as on that board with a lot of fine other restaurant hospitality individuals as well. So today, let me introduce to you on the stage, and they're going to say hello as well, but we've got 3 students with us. All of them have just completed their junior years and will be seniors this next year at South San Antonio High School. First, we have Chef Fanny Castro, who's going to be sharing with us a little bit today. We have Mario Dominguez. Mario, where are you at, Chef? And also Chef Angel Galvin. Did I say that correctly?
Yes, sir.
Outstanding. Well, very good. Well, Angel, I think you've got some opening words for us. I'm going to let you start. And welcome to the stage. We look forward to y'all's show here this afternoon.
Thank you for having us. Actually, for today's presentation, we would, in honor of the Texas Beef Council, because you've helped us out so much in the classroom, we are using a present that you had previously given to our chef.
A present?
A present.
A present? Was this your Christmas present? Is that what I heard? You're using your Christmas present for a demo. All right. So we got to double up on Christmas presents for you again this next year, right? Well, cool. Well, what is it? What was it? I forgot what we gave you.
It's a beautiful prime rib, in which our Chef Kelly actually dry aged it with a process using a Chirovac bag. And after he took it out, he dry aged it for 16 days with a Greek vinaigrette.
A Greek vinaigrette?
Greek vinaigrette.
All right.
And he marinated it for 16 days. And after that, he took it back out, put it in the refrigerator for another 16 days in 42 Fahrenheit.
All right.
After that, he slow roasted it outside in his...
For another 16 days?
No. He slow roasted it for...
We're getting up some good aging period
for
here.
4 hours.
Not good, huh?
He slow roasted it for 4 hours using mesquite. Prior to that, we had practiced in the classroom with oak wood, which gave an amazing smell and flavor. Today, it's with mesquite. God bless Texas.
Outstanding.
Outstanding. Now, in honor of you, of course, what would you say is the best place for a cow to be?
A best place for a cow to be?
The place where it just looks its best.
It looks its best. Well, in my world, since I'm a meat geek and I'm a meat scientist, the cow looks the best when he's hanging upside down in a cooler, right?
In a cooler.
Yes. But where do you think
Where,
it looks
where do you
the
think
best,
it'd be?
In the plate.
On a plate?
On the plate. All right.
On a plate. It would be a nice, juicy red steak with a simple glass of red wine. So you can just sit back and enjoy.
I concur. I concur. That's a good spot for it to look its best. I would agree, yes. So what else y'all making for us? Go, yes.
So for today, we're focusing on cheesesteak sandwiches, mainly inspired by Philly cheesesteaks. And we are actually doing 3 types. We're doing an original, as close as we can get to. We are doing a south of the border Yucacan, Mario Dominguez, and we are doing a Korean-inspired Southeast Asian. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yours, Fanny?
Yes, of course. It's not working. Okay, it's working. So mine, I have to marinate right here with soy sauce, and I put some red onions, some green onions, as you can see right here.
That looks fantastic.
Some ginger.
All right.
Some garlic.
Well, if you hold it over just a little bit, they can see it in the mirror above you. There you go. Good job. So you made all that? You got all that ready? Outstanding.
Yeah, I got
cool.
it ready. And I'll be heating it up here.
All right.
Just a moment. And thank you to I Love Me Aceite for letting us borrow some of their.
So thank you for I Love Aceite. They're amazing. They're actually right over here if you'd like to go look at their booth. They're amazing. They helped us out. Originally, we were just going to head down to the store and buy any other. Luckily, one of our teammates who sadly couldn't be here today, Miss Genesis Medina, her mother uses it for everything. She swears by it. So we took her word for it.
Very good. And their booth is right over here, right?
Yes, sir.
Close by. Outstanding. Well, that'll be some good stuff to use for the recipe. So what do you got going on there then?
So for mine, it's very simple, very laid back. By far, Fani has the most ingredients. Very simple. We've got mushrooms, bell pepper, onions, provolone cheese, garlic, and the meat that chef had prepared. Now, interestingly, Gio says that provolone or American cheese is the most authentic. Pat Oliveri insists that, and by the way, it should come with a warning label because our chef just wants nothing to do with it. He just, if he had the
What
power
comes
to
with
make
the
it go
warning?
away within a snap, he would do it. Cheese whiz. It's about probably
That is authentic. If you're talking about Philly cheesesteak, yeah, I'm
Philly
yes,
cheesesteak?
That is authentic. Trust
Yeah.
me, I've been there. I know all about authentic Philly cheesesteak.
yes, and so many people will swear that this is authentic. Chef would rather do part. He will agree to disagree.
But if you're gonna do the chef version, you got to take it up a level, right?
Got to take it up a level.
Got to take it up a level. Absolutely.
So today we're actually gonna mix both. So
Okay.
what I will do once everything is nice and sautéed, I will
Yes.
actually take this cheese and melt it in, and then add this on top,
Fantastic. Okay.
so that it's just cheesier.
Outstanding.
Now-
And then you've got your, and so that it makes it cheesier. I like that.
Yeah.
So you can add some spice to that, or just straight up bell peppers and mushrooms.
Bell peppers and mushrooms.
Mushrooms, all right.
Mushrooms. Very
Cool.
basic. The only
Cool.
spice, if any, should come from the Italian bread
Ah,
that's been provided to us by Sheila's.
yes.
And again, we needed help. They came to us. We went to them and asked them, and they're great friends. Apparently, Chef tried them once upon a time, a long time ago, and he loves them.
Very cool.
And-
Well, I have to tell you a quick story because right after I graduated from school, at one point in time in my life, my first job out of school was in all places the city of brotherly love, right? So a
I was
young,
about to tell
naive,
you,
young
I
country
passed
boy
right
that
off.
talks like this moved to Philadelphia and went to work in a beef plant up there, and they had great fun with me while I was there, all at my expense, by the way. But one of the things, so when you move out and you travel around and you get to experience a lot of different foods, I learned all about Philly cheesesteaks, the authentic kind with cheese whiz. And there's a special kind of grease in Philly that you can only get in Philly, right? That's unique because you get a lot of cheesesteaks around that are pretty good, but they don't measure up to the grease that's in Philadelphia. So I learned that real quick, an authentic Philly cheesesteak has two things. It's got all that stuff, but you have to leave with cheese and grease on your shirt, or it's not authentic, right? So you're taking it up a level though today, right?
Oh, we have to
Absolutely.
take it up a
Cool.
level. I actually learned that on a trip with a manager of mine, and we went to Five Guys, had a Philly cheesesteak, left just drenched in oil. Let's see.
That oven is too much. I have my speakers on that line.
Oh,
Okay.
So I just lost this side.
So it's only coming from that side?
Yes.
All right.
So I gotta take
You
this
gotta
oven
figure
off.
that out.
Alright, so should we move it?
We've got some
Okay.
technical difficulties over here with the.
Sorry, they're testing
all
the
plugged into
national
one.
broadcast system. We lost some power.
So we lost power on this side. So we'll get that fixed here in a moment. Oh, there goes part of it. So we got the speaker back. And we'll get power back to our heating element as we go along. So Mario, what do you got
Might
going
be
on over here? While they're working on that, what's in your special sauce dish ingredients you've got going on for yours?
For now, I'm just eating the bread with the mustard, covered cheese,
Okay.
and I'm about to heat them up. It will probably take about 44 minutes at best.
You're not
And then I'm
stop?
gonna
Okay.
put all these ingredients into the saute pan that has oil ready, all ready to go. And I put the meat a little later, Then I put them all combine all together. Then that's my sandwich. That'll be the yukata.
All right. So what's in your mustard? Looks interesting. What sort of ingredients do you have in your mustard sauce there?
Uh,
So should I wait? And then do
for some reason it says feta come with cheese.
should I wait?
So I really don't know because I wasn't here yesterday, so they pick up the ingredients for me. So I really
You
thank
go
them.
Very good. So what do you have out here on your plates then for that you're going to saute with?
Uh,
Shout out.
I apologize for that.
People already.
Three green onions. I had to thinly slice the three onion, garlic peppers and habanero peppers, and like teaspoons of fresh garlic.
Can you open it?
Okay, very good. That sounds like that will be very interesting as we bring that together. And what was the theme of this particular Philly cheesesteak sandwich? Or
Like what do you mean?
what did we call this one? What was the name of?
I apologize. The yukata.
Excellent. All right. Anything else you want to share with us at this moment as you're getting started and preparing?
The other thing I want to say, I'm excited.
You're excited. And you're going to put some cheese on that too, right? Because Philly cheesesteaks got to have cheese, right? Yeah, exactly. As we go along. So we about got it under control, Angel. You getting there?
About as
One
best
step
as we
at a time.
can.
See,
Once-
this is all part of that learning experience, is it not? As soon as you get on stage and turn on the mic, something will go wrong, and then you just got to go with it, make it happen. And that's what we learn about in the industry as well. So what do you got going on over here now?
So today we're just trying to, fix everything,
it
get
all
our
going over
feedback.
here. All right.
But something like you said, you learned in the industry. What we learned in the classroom, we learned under Chef Kelly, and we learned by trial and error. Fanny, would you like to tell us about your experience in paella?
Oh yes, it was one of my favorite challenges that we did.
Yes.
I was actually the decorator of the paella. I made a trim tree. Which
You made what?
A
Was that?
trim tree.
Okay.
Trim tree, yes.
Very cool.
And then we put it on the center of the paella, which we put like 6 different type of meats in.
Okay.
And we also put pineapple,
Right.
which made it like really juicy and really different for all the different paellas. All of people were complimenting ours because it told us that it was really unique from the rest.
Very cool. So where was this paella competition held at? Where did y'all go to do that at?
This was hosted by Johnny Hernandez at, which park was it?
I forgot what the part.
Remember the
So
park
it was
where-
a Johnny Hernandez.
Johnny Hernandez.
Sponsored deal. Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And Johnny Hernandez is an amazing person, amazing friend of chefs. And we couldn't have asked more. It was an honor to be there just to experience the event. And we
Yes.
got to actually cook at the event, and we learned so much. Even things that chef every day that sometimes at the beginning fly over an average student's heads.
Right.
That's when it truly gets ingrained into you. That's when the critical.
That's when it all comes together, huh? All
Exactly.
that practice and all that preparation, you get to kind of make it shine at the contest. So what was the biggest thing you had to overcome at the paella contest? Was there a challenge that you had to overcome when y'all were doing that?
Time management is a lot of it.
Okay.
It's the biggest thing, especially since we are teenagers. And like, as our chef says, life is full of choices. You make some good ones, you make some bad ones. And as my sister has added, either which way you go, you reap what you sow.
Ah, I like that. That's
So we
you
had
have a
some-
wise sister.
We had some friends that we wanted to come with us, and they made their choices. They couldn't come with us, but we had fun regardless. It was me, Fanny, Mario, our friend Benjamin Ortiz, who sadly couldn't make it here today as well, and Genesis, who was the head chef
Okay.
that day. And like Fanny said, 6 different proteins. We had chicken, pork, rabbit, beef, shrimp, octopus. And on top of that, we had the rice, and we had bell peppers and pineapple. And we decided to make it very tropical and refreshing.
Very cool. None of those other proteins mattered except for the beef, right? That was the only thing that
Exactly.
That's what made it happen, right?
All the way.
Absolutely, yes. Huh? Absolutely. Well, very cool. So, Fanny, while you're standing over there, I'll pick on you a little bit. So it says here in my fun facts that I have about you that you are the
after the
champion of the
continue with the-
2018 Burger Bash Throwdown,
Yes.
sponsored by Chili's on the Riverwalk. Tell me about the Burger Bash Throwdown.
All right. So my burger had pineapple.
It had pineapple.
Yeah, it had
I like it.
pineapple.
Okay, cool.
So I got the inspiration from this burger from the paella, because we put pineapple in the paella. I was like, have you ever heard of a burger having pineapple in it?
Very cool.
So that's where I got my inspiration, which I also put a Thousand Islands sauce for the buns.
Okay.
Then I also put, as a side dish, I put a little watermelons, cherries, pineapple, and like a little fruit salad for the side dish with the lime. And I roasted the lime, so I made it like a crown
Very
shape. So for presentation purposes.
Outstanding. That sounds like fun. I think I would have voted that the champion burger throwdown as well. That's making me hungry already here this afternoon as we go along. So have we got our pan back into a, are we hot enough yet? You can start
It's
cooking?
getting
You're
there.
getting there.
It's
All
getting
right,
there.
It's getting there.
Yes.
Well, very good. Cool. All
And
right.
then Angel was actually there to tease. Would you like to tell us about your burger?
My burger,
Yes.
again, time management. I failed to be within the appropriate heat range. My burger was actually 20 degrees down where it should have been. I was in 140s. I have learned from my mistakes since then. My burger was,
So what caused that? Did you just,
it was the sheer amount of food in it.
okay.
I- It was inspired by my sister-in-law. Makes a mean meatloaf.
Yes.
And so what she does is it's spinach with cheese, typically jalapeno cheese, wrapped in beef, wrapped in bacon, smothered in sweet baby rays. So I took that whole concept and shrunk it down. And so I ended up coming out with a beef patty yay thick. And instead of jalapeno cheese, I used feta, and every other process was the same. And on the outside, I used mango just to add a little more sweet after the baby rays.
Yeah.
And as the sides, just the basic fries. That way, it's not too rambunctious,
Very cool.
as
So
my
you
colleagues
increased
tell me
your
I am.
cooking time significantly when you made it really thick, right?
Oh, I felt bad. They looked at it and they brightened up like a Christmas tree, and then I found out it was red on the inside, and they just really wanted a piece.
Yes.
So
Well, I'm
hope-
sure they enjoyed eating it. They just couldn't score it very high, right? It was one of those,
sadly, Chef Will was one of the instructors there, one of the judges, and
Okay.
because he is food safe certified, he under law is not allowed to let anyone eat that.
Right.
So they weren't even able to try it.
Oh, they weren't even able to try it.
No.
Oh. Well, that was until you weren't looking, right? And then when they take it to the back room and I'm going to take care of that, and then it disappears somehow, right? So, absolutely. So it says here in my fast facts that you were the president of the first ever Bobcat chapter of the Family Career and Community Leaders.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
me about that. What was that all about?
So Family Community Career Leaders of America is a student-led organization that is meant to help build the community.
Okay.
So one of the things that we did was go out to the KB homes and asked if they had spare cans that they weren't using. After that, we took them back to the classroom, processed them, and took them to the food bank. That way, people in need could hopefully get what they need. Because as students, we are not allowed to actually take food and go to homeless end because there's a lot of things that could potentially happen. A chef had to remind me of that a lot of the times. But we would always work around and do everything that we could. We even helped Ma Harper at Fort Sam Houston with feeding the vets. Mario, would you like to tell them about that? About helping Ma Harper at Fort Sam Houston?
Sure, I'll come over there. You want to hold the microphone, Mario? I'll let you hold it and tell us.
In Ma Harper was very experienced. All three of us, even Benjamin and Genesis, were all there. We were all competing against each other, and I forgot Zach was there too. What was the last name?
We had Jewel, Desiree, Fanny, me, you, Genesis, Ben, and we had Elena was there, and I think Anissa.
I was talking about the bird competition.
Oh, the burger. I thought he was still on Fort Sam Houston. The other event. Me, you, Fanny, Genesis, Ben, and Zachary.
And they told us, Mahabharata told us that we have like at least 30 minutes to make a burger, and she allowed us to go in the back to look at the ingredients and where's everything at to get everything ready. And she had three people to help us He's were really helpful. I really got really experienced with them because I say, okay, give me a cheese, give me a burger. Okay, they literally got it for me. I like that was always as fast as I can remember. And the burger I made was really difficult to make because I was trying to make from SpongeBob and from the real world, and to make it a good hamburger. But as lastly, but Fanny won that competition.
Yes.
She has a uniform in the back, but she probably wear it some other time.
Speaking of uniform, we would like to thank Perma Chef for allowing us to purchase their coats at a great price and even donating the chef hats that we are wearing today. They have great quality, they're amazing, they're fit, comfortable, they're breathable. I probably couldn't ask better from them. And hopefully it becomes a long-lasting relationship between South San and the culinary program with them.
So I'm going to let you brag on your instructor for a moment. What was the most memorable thing that you learned this year under Chef Kelly?
I'm Chef Kelly. Let me think about it.
Most memorable.
Well, the most thing I learned is to fire this guy. To fire this guy over here.
Fire him, all
Yeah.
right. That's one.
Solo.
And the other thing I learned it was from literally from the very first day I entered his class. He literally tell every one of us to stand in a row ABC, and they had to memorize every day. Without him telling us, we had to wash our hands, change our uniforms, and then get in line before charter bell rings. And that's what we did. Some of us were still tardy, but they were still trying to get there early. Me and Angel, Fanny were mostly the only ones that always getting there really fast, changing and getting ready to go in the back. But we also had to take notes, so that's really experience too. And thank you, Chef. You, Angel?
For me, Chef, one thing that carries away all the time is we start as a team and we finish as a team. Once a job is begun, never leave it till it's done. Do the job, great or small, and do it well or not at all. And that stays with us all the time. A big emphasis is that if we're doing a luncheon or prom, we all need to stay for the cleanup process from beginning to the middle to the end. No one leaves early unless it's a life or death emergency. Just you stick. You make a commitment and you stay.
Very cool. Outstanding. Lots of good, wise wisdom that comes from our instructors, right? So we appreciate all of those teachers that are out there, including Chef Kelly and even the likes of his counterpart there, Chef Patrick Costello, who's with St. Philip's here in San Antonio, and the work that they do. Other Chef David here and instructors that guide and provide that kind of wisdom and insight to our the future of our workforce. And so we see it here in these students and the work that they're doing up here and all the fun things they get to do, right? So they get to participate in some competitions like the Paella competition and festival. And y'all also did something this year with the San Antonio Tourism Council competition, right? Where you did something with, I don't know what this protein is. It was something that quacks,
Quail?
right? Something that quacks. Something with duck, and then some lamb chops. Tell me a little bit about that.
So
What y'all do there?
we actually won 3 out of 6 competition, 3 out of 6 awards
Okay.
given at that competition.
Very cool.
2 of which were for an egg roll. Now, a big part of
You
that
had
was
beef in it, right? I'm sorry. I just couldn't help myself.
probably would have been better with beef.
Good answer.
So we took duck and we took quail and we slow roasted it in an oven for
Okay.
about 30 minutes to an hour.
Cool.
And when it came out, it was ready, but we found that it was still very hard and rubbery. And we believe that if it's not something that we would enjoy or eat, why should we ever serve it to the public?
Okay.
So we decided to add a chicken broth and slow roast it even longer. And once it came out, now you have a broth that has chicken stock, duck, and quail all into the picture. After that, we took out the meat from the quail and the duck, took the reduction from all the broth, and boiled it. So now you have this really thick, we just called it a duck sauce, but duck, quail, and chicken. And so we took that, got our egg roll mix, added in the duck and the quail, and took the reduction and slimed it all over it in a colander.
Slimed it?
We-
Is that what you
'cause
slimed it?
it was
that's
just-
A good term that's a good word for a chicken. It's slime. So
Slam.
the chicken guys are all going to come
'Cause
attack
it was,
me now. In the
it was a very thick concoction that we had made. It was very thick, and it was hard to work with, just how big it was.
Yeah?
But we moved it all the way in, rolled them, baked them, and fried them once we were there. And once you bit into it, it felt like home because everyone goes to a Chinese restaurant here and there, but it was also very different because what I told everyone that came to our booth was, you may see a duck every day on the Riverwalk, but you're never gonna go walk down to Taco Cabana and give me number 5 with quail. It's not gonna happen. We were giving them something truly one of a kind for that day.
Very cool.
Now,
That sounds like fun.
I believe Fani actually worked on the lamb chops.
The lamb chops
You made the lamb chops?
You worked on that for a little bit.
for a little bit.
They were red, and Chef put them in a.
I decorated them.
Yeah.
I decorated them. So I'm like the decorator of the class.
You're
and
the decorator.
Yeah, I'm
I
the
can see
decorator.
that. Yes. Very cool.
I love art. That's like something that I do.
Right.
I like to paint in the side. So I always like to bring like little things. So like I'm already designing my plate.
Yes. You make it look pretty, right? You help these guys know how to make it look. So are you on the pastry side? You like to do a lot of pastry
Oh, yeah, I love
decorating?
pastry.
That's kind of what I thought. Sounds like very cool. So what was the most memorable thing? I didn't pick on you a while ago that you've learned from Chef Kelly this year. You get to brag on him a little bit. Huh?
What I learned from him, I learned a lot.
Okay.
A lot, especially time management. And I also learned how to have my own voice. Because before I even entered his class, I used to be very shy.
Okay.
I would have never imagined myself being here.
Well, you're doing great.
Thank you. I am a very shy person,
Okay.
so I'm like a little nervous right now.
I understand.
So
Very
he
good.
helped me out of my shell, and I used to always keep to myself before I even entered to his class. So when we came in, he's like, no, this classroom is different. We can learn professionalism, and we can teach you how to do like public speaking. And it actually really helped me a lot, and it's gonna help me in the future too. So I'm glad I joined this class for sure.
Very good. All right. Everybody give Chef Kelly a round of applause. Huh? Yeah? We can embarrass him at least once today. Yeah, because he's sitting there. Good job, man. Well, and that's just 1 year.
I don't think we've gone far enough because Chef Kelly has been by far one of the best instructors that we've had at South San. We've had, every kid has one or two issues with another teacher. Maybe sometimes they don't get along. When it came to Chef Kelly, it always mattered on us whether we made the effort to show up or not. Regardless, he gave his time, he gave his effort, sometimes even his money, but he would always be there for us regardless. He's someone that I personally feel that all of us could just talk to him about anything and everything that we need. He's just, it's a one-of-a-kind professor that you only get once, and if you don't appreciate them enough, they're gone.
That's right.
And so I'm glad that we have Chef Kelly, and we've won him back for another year.
Good deal. All right, so how are we doing on? Yes, another round of applause, huh? So now they have to go back in the classroom with Chef Kelly next year. They've completed year 1. They got practicum next year, so they'll be seniors next year. And the great thing about that is that Fanny over here is, we'll ask her what her future plans are, but when she graduates next year, she'll also be very close to graduating with an associate's degree from Palo Alto High School because of the dual credit classes that she'll be taking or has been taking at high school level. And the same thing for Angel over here as well. When he graduates next year as a senior, he will also earn his associate's degree from Palo Alto High School. So this fantastic arrangement that our schools now have with some of our colleges, university and community colleges for the dual credit and articulation agreements and whatever they want to call them, but where they can earn these things and pay for it while they're in school and work through that. So that's fantastic opportunities for these students. So what do you got going on there, Angel?
Right about now, the meat's almost all the way cooked through, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the provolone cheese.
Okay.
After that, Mario, amazing Mario, wonderful Mario, has toasted some bread for us.
All right.
And we're gonna go ahead and add the cheese whiz.
The cheese whiz.
I
can't
can
wait
hear
to
Chef
have the
cringing.
cheese
There
whiz.
it
That's
is,
the
there
best
it
part of
is.
this whole deal. And that's a tough thing for a beef guy to say, that the cheese whiz. Right? I'm excited about that for some reason. I don't know. Huh? That's
Actually,
cool.
interestingly, Kraft Cheese Whiz was introduced in 1952. Historically, they debuted it on 1953, but since then they have actually spelled it correctly. Beforehand, it was CHIZ Whiz. Nowadays, they actually spell it grammatically correctly.
Very good. Well, that probably has something to do with the ingredients that are in it and being able to spell it as cheese or not cheese, right? It's something. It tastes good. We don't know. But anyway, so while y'all are finishing up, y'all are going to start plating here in a real quick. Tell me what your future aspirations are currently for when you graduate, what you're hoping to go on and do after that.
I'm gonna let Fanny go first.
All right, Fanny.
Oh,
I'll let
okay.
Fanny go.
I see pastry, bakery, cake decorating in your future. What are you thinking about?
I actually want to open my own restaurant.
Own restaurant,
Own
fabulous,
restaurant.
excellent.
Well, we actually did a project in the classroom
Right.
where we have to create our own restaurants. Like if we were going to be running it, like
Okay.
money, we had to thought like how are we going to decorate it,
Right.
what food, the menu, everything. And me and my group, unfortunately they weren't here today, we came up with the name Celestial Cuisine.
Celestial cuisine. I
Celestial
like it already.
Cuisine. So we wanted to be stargazing style. So it's gonna be an international restaurant. We can have Chinese, Brazilian, Latino, like American food, like a little bit of everything.
Okay.
So it's gonna go like around the world style.
Very
And
cool.
then at night, if it's not raining or anything, we're gonna open the ceiling, like it's gonna be a moving ceiling, and
Right.
people could stare at the stars
Oh wow.
while they're dining.
That sounds cool.
Yes,
I like it.
that's
Very
what I
nice.
want to do.
We accomplish that with a skylight maybe, so that if it is raining, you can, hold your head or something, right? But you can't see the stars when it's raining anyway, so it wouldn't matter, right? So, you got to think through those kinds of things. So, are you going to continue your schooling somewhere after high school, or are you going to jump right into your?
Actually, the reason why I didn't go for the associate's degree with the one that we were doing
Yes.
is because the credits that I have, I want to go to St. Philip's to transfer those credits to St. Philip's and get my culinary associate.
All right. She's been talking to Chef Costello over here, I think. Outstanding. Moving on up and then going to the next step in her culinary education. Fantastic. That's fantastic. What about you, Mr. Angel? What's your aspirations after you finish up with Chef Kelly next year?
In truth, it's really hard to define right now because there's so many different routes I can take and so many different routes I've been carving.
Okay.
I do have the culinary, which I would love to do. I would love to go to St. Philip's. I've also
Excellent.
got music and business to look into. I want to major in music and get either a minor in business
Okay.
because currently I am a musician with Mr. Ray Colau, if you've heard of him.
I have not. Who is Mr.
Mr. Ray Colau has a band called the Colau Band,
Okay.
and they're a multi-award winning band that play jazz, top 40, soul, funk, name it, they have it. If they don't have it, they learn it just for you.
Very cool.
And I met the man.
What is your instrument? What
My
do you
instrument
play?
of choice is guitar.
You're a guitarist.
Yes.
Outstanding.
And I met Mr. Ray 2 years ago, and I got the job recently. And so I've taken a couple gigs. I've worked the business side with him. And so I've got all of these plans and ideas that come through. I too want to open up a restaurant one day. My mother owned one in New Mexico before I was born. And so I've got all these different plans and routes. I'm doing all of them right now. I figure, why don't I just do all of them as I go older as well?
There you go. Sounds cool. I mean, music and restaurant, hospitality, it all goes together. It all works. I love it. Good job. And what about Mr. Mario? Can I pick on you, Mario? What are you going to do after you graduate? What are your aspirations?
Honestly, I've been thinking a lot about this, and I think I'm gonna be going to after animation because ever since I was a little kid, I've been watching like cartoons and kinds of animation, and that kind of inspired me to trying to make my own videos and maybe make some own movies. But other than that, if there's no history, a word for me for your animation, cooking is right next to me.
Very good. Excellent. We have a lot of creative talent up here on the stage today. I can see it and feel it and hear it as they're talking about their passion for what they're doing and their craft. So this is pretty cool. So what do y'all got going on now? It looks like y'all are.
As
starting
you
to
can
plate
see,
things
this is
up.
going to be a very cheesy cheesesteak.
Yes, it is. Extremely cheesy cheesesteak, huh? So we have a spot to put our finished plates over here. You're gonna put them over here so people can see them from the audience. There we go. They can see it in the mirror just above you. So if you put it right in the middle of the table, then they can see that. So that's the first one. That's the cheesy cheesesteak, right? What else do we have?
And we have
Where's the one with the cheese whiz? That's the one I want to try first. It's coming. Fanny, what do you?
So,
you got
we actually
yours,
have
go ahead. I'm
some
sorry.
questions. We know that Pat, Oliveri, and Henry are the originators of the Philly cheesesteak, but would anyone be able to tell me what restaurant came of that creation?
I was paying attention over here. Say that again. Huh? What was the question?
Pat and Harry Oliveri created the first Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
What restaurant came of that?
What restaurant came of that? Ooh, I should know that, right? And I don't know the answer, so I'm not very good. So what was it?
It's actually Pat's King of Steak. They still reside there today. They're still very famous, and they primarily focus on cheesesteaks.
Pat's King of Steaks?
Pat's Kings of Steaks.
I thought I was going to say like Geno's or something like that, but
Right across the street.
Okay, yes, I've been to that one, but not the other one. I need to go back.
For
and get
sure.
some more abuse while in Philadelphia, being.
Just take a shirt. You're willing to get messy.
That's right,
That's
exactly.
right.
All right, so you got some good stuff looking over here, Fanny. You got it. That's fantastic.
Almost done. Kimchi. So thank you to Chef. He actually made this kimchi.
Oh, he did.
Yes, he did.
But she's gonna
Yeah,
make
I'm
it
learning
this year.
it this
Good.
year.
All right.
And actually, I'm planning for our first luncheon for this year
Okay.
to be Korean.
Oh,
Korean
fantastic.
cuisine. So yes.
Very good. So that leads me into my next question as y'all kind of start wrapping up, getting your plating done. What was your favorite audience that you got to cook for this year?
Our directors, board of directors.
Board of Directors was one of them.
Okay.
My personal favorite was the mess I got us in for a prom for middle school kids.
So you said yes to something that you weren't supposed to say yes to? Was that what happened? Huh? Yeah? Okay.
Oh, poor Chef, he just wanted to go home and enjoy his patio. And we stole him like he was a toaster.
Uh-huh. But y'all had to cook for the prom, huh?
Yes.
How many did y'all serve at this prom event?
We planned for 250.
250. What'd y'all make for them?
We made chicken Alfredo with garlic bread, and we originally planned for a Caesar salad,
Okay.
but we thought because they're just 8th graders and they may not have the palate for it, we just made a very basic tossed salad with ranch dressing.
Very cool. Fun. That sounds like very fun.
And
a lot of work for 250.
A lot of work.
Right? Getting them all fed up and taken care of. That's pretty cool. Mario, how about you over there? What was your favorite group to cook for this year? Yeah.
They're probably, my chef and my classmates are probably gonna laugh at this because I'm pretty sure they know what I'm gonna say. But it was actually tough. I'm gonna say it was actually tough for me first. Zach, the one I mentioned from Mall Harper, he taught me how to do the jalapeno poppers, and they were really delicious. But he did with different ingredients, and I also did with my own ingredients. I was gonna make it yesterday, but I guess I was kind of busy yesterday.
You were here. Cool. So jalapeno poppers. Very cool. Outstanding. So what do you got going on here? You're still toasting some bread, getting them ready, getting the deal, and y'all are getting ready to plate the rest of them up. So we got 2 of them done. We got some cheese whiz going on over here, and we got the kimchi, kind of the Korean version, and then we're waiting on the last one. So very good.
Can you tell me how many types of kimchi there is?
Start yours.
How many types of kimchis there are?
Or
I
what's
cannot tell
We'll
you
get you
the
a pen
answer to
right
that question.
No?
No, but I know you're going to tell me the answer.
There's like tons. There's no right way to do it. Every Korean household do it differently. So
Okay.
there's no right way to do it.
All right.
And you can actually do it with Napa cabbage, or you can even do it based on my research with green onions.
Green onions. Interesting. Cool. And so what are those base ingredients that you're going to make a kimchi from then? So you're gonna use cabbage, and then what are you
Napa
gonna?
cabbage.
Okay.
And we also use red peppers.
All right.
Peppers. You can use red peppers. There's no right way to do it, like I said. They use salt, and do you know the temperature they're supposed to be stored in?
No.
Zero Celsius.
0.
Celsius.
Wow.
0 or 1. That's based on my research.
Okay.
So-
Very cool. And what does that do for it? What does that provide in that process of
The crunchiness
The
and all the
crunchiness.
nutritions to go inside.
Okay.
So
Fantastic.
it's actually really
That's
healthy.
cool, huh? Learning stuff all the time. As Chef Kelly said, there's always something we can learn, right? Always something
Actually-
we can learn.
With chemistry, there's amazing things you can learn, things that are weird and maybe out of this world. Funny, did you know that they actually had a Korean astronaut take kimchi into space?
Really?
Yes, they took kimchi so that they could have something to eat from home. Scientists actually wanted to know whether or not they could eliminate all the bacteria without getting rid of the flavor.
Ah, yes, because bacteria in space and astronauts are not a good combination, right?
Right. Doctor's a couple hundred miles away, but
Yes, exactly, right. You gotta learn to take care of yourself up there. Very good. That's looking nice there. Everybody can see. He's got the.
So
Nice.
in our classroom, our recipes tend to be very fluid sometimes. Instead of adding the cheese whiz on top, because it's not very presentable, I decided to add it in directly.
Okay.
And I'm switching off to Mario.
Makes it nice and cheesy. You're gonna go over there, get that going for us. So as you think back over your first year in culinary and learning the skills and being kind of this time management and discipline and all the things that it takes to be in a kitchen, what was the biggest challenge that you had to overcome this year? Kind of your personal challenge or in cooking in the kitchen. What was that?
As like well, for me it was time management
Okay.
because I'm into sports.
All right.
So I played tennis and I was in tennis team. So
Okay.
me trying to balance playing tennis for tennis practices
Yes.
and going to culinary is kind of hard
Okay.
because I always love doing sports. And I actually want to join more this year, but at the same time I love culinary, so I think I'm gonna go more for culinary.
Very cool. All right, that time management piece. We all challenge with that in our day-to-day lives, right? Of what we're going to do and how we prioritize those things and learning how to manage that as we go through. Absolutely. What do you got over here, Angel?
I'm gonna start helping Mario out just a little bit because we are on a little bit of a crunch. So because he's been such a delightful helping out with the toast, I'm gonna go ahead and help him out. Start out with this.
Okay.
Yes. Mario, what was your favorite part of the class? Almost daily, not coming in, not coming doing work. The part that you enjoyed looking forward to.
That'll be a part that I'll be working with you guys. Because working with you guys and chef, it was really experience for me. Because at home, some few times I had to count on my parents to cook for me. Now I can depend on myself and my other classmates to help me out when anything I need. Thank you guys for being there for me.
Always.
Oh, there's a tear rolling down, huh? Well, that teamwork, camaraderie, learning to count on each other.
Which was
as they're in the
huge.
kitchen working and that they're going to be there, being on time, doing those kinds of things. Absolutely.
That was a huge learning curve for us, given that we all come from Latin American backgrounds,
Right.
Honduran, Mexico, we all come with very headstrong parents. So naturally, we were very headstrong ourselves. So when it came to learning how to work together, that was interesting the first couple months of school.
Okay.
But we pulled through it, and we're a really good team. We can almost read each other's minds now.
Very good. Outstanding. Well, I hear that in your future, there may be a few more competitions next year that y'all get to participate in. It sounds like y'all have had a good first year of learning and learning to work together, learning your techniques and skills. And so it'll be fun to watch this crew as they go through their senior year in high school and learn some additional stuff and go and participate in some additional competitions
Well, Chef,
across San Antonio. So, yes.
I apologize, Chef, but we're doing a lot more than a few competitions this year.
You're doing a lot more
We're
than a few
gonna-
competitions, huh?
This year was a minor setback, given some budget cuts and being Chef's first year back. But now that we've got we've got the keys in the gear,
Yeah.
got the shift in first gear. We're thinking about taking it all the way up to 6.
All the way to 6.
All the way to
Take it
6.
to overdrive.
Yep.
Go for it. All right. That's what I love to hear.
And we
Angel,
also-
get ready to get fire again.
And get ready to get fired again, huh? There you go, huh? You had to fire him once, you're going to fire him again.
Always.
We lost count.
Oh, you lost count. You had to fire him more than once. Oh, goodness.
Chef Kelly and Miss Fanny may be blonde, but I definitely show the characteristics.
All right, so what else do I have here? I'll brag on Chef Kelly for one more moment here as they kind of wrap up their last dish and start to plate it here as we wind down. But as a lot of our culinary instructors at the high school level do, Chef Kelly brings a wealth of industry experience into the classroom. Was in the industry for 20 plus years before he entered the classroom. Started here in San Antonio at John Jay High School for a number of years there and taught. Did a little stint up in Fort Worth with Fort Worth ISD on the administrative side, and then has come back now to San Antonio, just completed his first year back in the classroom at South San Antonio. But that's the value that our industry brings to the classroom, and to build this next set of employees and those that are going to be involved in the restaurant hospitality business, going to be the operators and the owners and the chefs and all those in the future. And so as we strive to build up and provide resources through the foundation for our culinary instructors, as important as they bring that wealth of knowledge and wisdom and discernment into the classroom. And so we thank you, Chef, for doing that. And being a part of this important endeavor that we strive to do.
We thank
for
you,
these
Chef.
young students. So thank you. Round of applause for Chef Kelly. And for all the teachers that are here today. We appreciate that very much. All right. So what do we got here?
Oh.
We're about running out of time.
Before we forget, because
Before
we
we
do
forget.
love to show our appreciation, Fanny, could you tell us where your cheese came from?
Yes, of course. Nelson Valley Dairy.
Very cool.
From the stand 927. Thank you for them for letting me use some of their cheese, their pepper jack cheese.
Ah, very nice. Excellent. We appreciate their support
Yes.
in doing that. Excellent.
Yes, of course.
All right, so is this our, we're getting close here. We're getting close. It's coming down to the wire.
That's the why.
Got our peppers going in here. Two kind. We got some
We got poblano and we've got habanero.
poblano and habanero.
Poblano and habanero.
I'm gonna let you eat that one.
And
I'm gonna let you try that one today, huh? I'm about spiced out for the week, but it sounds good.
promise you, we are not Taco Bell. You are in good hands.
I'm in good hands.
You are in good
I'm in
hands.
the, hey, good hands people up here, right? Huh? Very good. So got the peppers going, a little garlic in there, some of our oil. Got
Little
that
garlic.
sauteed up. I'm gonna bring that together with our
With our meat.
Our beef and our meat. We got over here from our Christmas present. I'm in the way. Get out of the way
Christmas.
here and finish up our plate. That's going to go in there. Hot pan, little sizzle. That meat looked like it had a little bit of a pre-cook on it.
Yes.
Did y'all roast that off beforehand a little bit?
As I said, after Chef dry aged it, he
That's right,
slow
tried
cooked it for
that. I
4
forget,
years.
That was early on, wasn't it? Yeah.
For 4 hours in his pit with mesquite.
There you go.
last
That's
time we
right.
used
Yes,
oak
yes,
wood.
yes. See, the story goes better, though, that you aged it for 16 days, and then another 16 days, and then we cooked it for like 16 hours. I mean, this goes together better, right?
And-
Go ahead.
What are we doing? So the reason we are doing a Mexican and a Korean and an original is the original ties us back to the roots of where it came from.
Okay.
Mexico ties us back to where a lot of San Antonio gets its roots from, where we've got Fiesta and we've got Cinco de Mayo and we've got a huge Latin-based heritage here. So we wanted to represent that through here. And Korea was just kind of a fastball. We noticed back in our classroom there's students that are listening to Korean music. And so we did, it's called K-pop. That's what the kids listen to nowadays, apparently. And so we decided to, let's do it. Let's get crazy with it. And by far, we believe the Korean is our best.
It's actually really healthy for you. So the kimchi, especially.
The kimchi part especially.
Uh-huh.
Well, the beef too. Don't leave the beef out of that equation. It's healthy for you also. You gotta have that in there.
It
That's
helps you
what
with
makes
your
it.
immune system.
That's what?
With your immune system, helps you with the flu. If you have flu, I recommend.
Ah, there you go.
eating
Always
kimchi.
something.
It's
Very
always
cool.
something.
I
Yeah.
love it. So that just really highlights. We can take something that's very traditional, cheesesteak, and then we can add our cultural flavors to that. Come up with the kind of the Korean style, the Mexican style, as well as our traditional Philly style as well. And for their title here, this was their Cutting Through the Bull.
The real
of
Philly
the
cheesesteak.
Real beef cheesesteak.
Yes.
That's right. So very good. He's throwing some cheese in there. That's
Because we don't believe in doing anything halfway in the classroom, just like you probably don't want to do it at your home. You don't want to, unless it's a late night, then maybe Chef Kelly might buy a box dinner from here and there because he's tired.
yeah.
His foot's not too well yet.
So are you gonna put some of that cheesy cheese whiz in that pan as well? Are you?
Would you like to be the verdict, Chef?
That
No?
is-
No cheese
that is
whiz?
totally off script. And
No?
he's shaking his head no. All right, well, I tried. I tried. Can't say I didn't try.
Sorry, Pat.
Yes. All right.
So-
So we're gonna finish this up. We're gonna plate these. Got them toasted up, all the ingredients, but hopefully you've enjoyed this afternoon as we've kind of highlighted some of the students that are participating in the Texas ProStart curriculum program through South San Antonio High School. This program that they participate in and that Chef Kelly uses as part of his curriculum is one that the Texas Restaurant Association Education Foundation supports and provides to these teachers. And so hopefully you've seen the fruit of his labor as well as the labor of others and these students as they prepare for the industry. So help me in giving this group of students a round of applause. Chef Fanny, Mario, and Angel today as they have showed us all about real beef cheesesteak. All right. Any final words, guys, as we wrap up? Here's our plates over here. They have done a fantastic job with that. So one last word here. I know they got something to come.
We would like to thank everyone here. We would like to thank TRA, Parma Chefs, everyone else that has helped us, Chef Kelly for bringing us on this journey, you for being our MC. This is truly a great opportunity for kids who live in a low-income area. This is by far moving mountains for us. So we'd like to thank you for the opportunity to give us the chance to stand right here in front of you.
Very good. All right. Thank you, Angel. Appreciate that. Everybody have a wonderful afternoon, the rest of your show, and a safe trip home this evening after you finish up with the Marketplace Trade Show today. Take care. Thank you.